Your Excellency, the President, ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to rekindle not only the glory of the town of Machakos, but the adventurous and hardworking spirit of the people of this region. Today we are telling Kenya, the region, and the world that Machakos is ready for takeoff, for transformation, and for realizing the Kenyan dream that was lost so many years ago. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, I am a dreamer. However, as someone once said, if you want your dreams to come true, you must first wake up. Waking up is the transforming of ideas into action, action that generates development. While I was campaigning to be elected governor of Machakos, I was traumatized by the level of poverty that we have not only in Machakos but in our country. I saw fear, helplessness, and apathy. Desperate mothers clung to me and begged me not to forsake them. Youth besieged me to find ways of getting them jobs because they are wasting at home and they are nearly giving up all hope. We are quite a poor economy, despite our enormous resources and ability. However, the time for realizing the dreams of our people is here. In Machakos, we have decided to carry out a program, what we are calling Maendeleo Chap Chap. Your Excellency, what we are saying is that Machakos is a place to be. We are welcoming investors from Kenya, the region, and everywhere in the world to come to Machakos, a place where we do not frustrate but facilitate business. Investing in Machakos is investing in Kenya. Your Excellency, as soon as you confirmed your support for development and not empty politics by agreeing to launch our program, all of a sudden, many forces woke up and tried to stop this program that will contribute to your government achieving the double-digit growth that you are confident that you will achieve. Today we are here, some standing, some seated, on the land that has remained undeveloped for over 50 years. This land has remained as grass without much development. We want to transform this piece of land that the National Land Commission has reserved for investment, for the development, for the sake of our people. We are creating a new city of Machakos so as to attract investors and accelerate the speed of development. And for the sake of clarity, we are lucky that the people of Machakos reserved 2,200 acres of county land. This land is sitting adjacent to the land belonging to the veterinary department. It is this our land that we are utilizing. And you said, Your Excellency, we'll engage in discussions and eventually maybe we can move the veterinary lab further away so that the cows who are being tested here are not polluted by the vehicles passing by, coming to see development. Your Excellency, let me tell you something that you may not be aware of. When some people heard that we are going to use land as an incentive as they do in Singapore, in the United States, in Australia, Serbia, and many other nations, they went into panic. Some called me and said they wanted to strike a deal, but I said no. This land belongs to the people of Kenya, and I will not strike a deal with corrupt and greedy leaders so that they can increase the size of their stomachs. This project is food to the hungry children of this country. This project is for jobs to the unemployed youth of this country. This project is health, water, roads, security for the mothers of this country. And this project is renewed hope for the fathers of this county of Machakos and our country, Kenya. I refuse to enter into deals with land belonging to the people of Kenya. That time has gone. We are now in a new era, a new Kenya, indeed a new digital revolution, as our president continuously tells us. As a sideshow, I know my party leader may not like this, but I really like the digital program. He liked the your program, but he may not like the laptop project. When I see the laptops, I'm not thinking about the laptop. I don't see a laptop. I'm seeing power lines coming to feed and turn on that village so that the laptops can have power. I'm seeing the roofs on schools that do not have roof being made so that the laptops do not get rained on. So I'm seeing much more than just a laptop. And I hope that is what will be happening. And we hope you'll be able to bring the laptops and launch them here in Machakos because we are ready. Investors, you have come to a county prepared to host you. Our initiatives such as the 100 vehicles for police that we are buying, Forensics Research Center, and more than 500 CCTV cameras that we are initiating by the end of December will make Machakos the safest county for business and its people, as pointed out by our party leader. We have 70 ambulances in the high seas for each of our locations. And we are spending 464 million shillings to upgrade our hospitals so that in every of our 40 wards we'll provide proper health care and emergency response. Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy and we are ready. We've launched other initiatives such as Machawod because we are going to transform Machakos to be the center or the hub of film, media, and entertainment in this region, so that our youth can grow their talent and we can generate wealth. We have for the public created the Maruba Dam Machakos Recreation Park, which is just next year, on the riparian extension sector of Maruba Dam. We plan to open the park to the public on December 12th as we celebrate 50 years of independence in Kenya. It is going to be the most beautiful park in Africa. Oh yes, it is going to be the most beautiful park in Africa. And we showed His Excellency the President, the park will have the first and only field amphitheater in the continent of Africa, so that we can have people coming here to perform and bring money and tourists to our country, Kenya. I encourage all of you, before you leave, please walk into the park and look around and see what we'll be enjoying with you by the end of this year. Also, please visit Machakos Town. We are upgrading Jomo Kenyatta Stadium. We've already put structures so that it is it looks like a brand new stadium. We've only been working for 4 weeks. Look at it, because the Sekafa games will be here, and we've been told that Harambee Stars will be playing from right here in Machakos. So we're very happy. As I come to the end, Your Excellency, we are requesting you, please, you should come to Machakos every day, because this is the first day of rains in Machakos for the last 8 months. It has rained heavily everywhere in the county. You have come with blessings, and we thank you. And looking at the rains, and our bishop will agree, truly God is on our side. This season, as the rains come, we are going to plant trees. We have a plan to plant at least 500,000 to 1 million trees per year to green this area. Your Excellency, in conclusion, I'm grateful that you've shown remarkable leadership by agreeing to launch this great initiative for our children. I'm glad that other leaders are here today, and some of our friendly investors are already giving back to the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, I wanted to point out to you that we are building the governor's office, but we are not using a lot of government resources. Devki Steel Mills, with Mr. Guru here, has donated free steel for the governor's office and county headquarters worth 42 million shillings. Portland Cement has donated free cement for the construction worth close to 38 million shillings. At the River Mining has donated free interiors and finishing worth close to 29 million shillings. Our main cost is labor. So we're very grateful that you're receiving a lot of support from our friends. Your Excellency, I have a request. I request that as a nation, we galvanize our leaders to work together and not at cross purposes. You will agree with me that it is not the place of governors, cabinet secretaries, members of parliament, or senators to talk to each other through the media. We need to learn to work together, to be able to lift the telephone, to call each other, to sit down and discuss issues so that we can hold hands, not for ourselves, but for our people, and be able to move together. Our country has lagged behind because of bickering and scaring away of investors. There are some of you who we all know, some people will never want to see any growth. But we are saying, even the people who are opposed to us, we are going to reach out to them and hold hands together for the sake of our children, for the sake of our people. We are today at the crossroads of change, finally. Today we bring jobs to the lives of the youth, laughter to the eyes of our children, and hope to the lives of our mothers. To echo the words of Martin Luther King, we have seen the promised land, and together we know that it is no longer a dream, but we are actually sitting on the promised land for the sake of our people. I'm going to finish with the words of my favorite TV series called Cobra Squad. Failure is not an option. Thank you very much.
Let me say it's my pleasure to join you here this afternoon at this important investment forum. And I consider the forum important because it fits very well with my government's development agenda, which, in line with our Vision 2030 blueprint, aims to transform Kenya to a middle-income country by the year 2030. Before I proceed to make my remarks, I want to take this very, very early opportunity to commend Dr. Alfred Mutua, the governor of Machakos, for coming up with this very noble idea. Indeed, I encourage other county governors to borrow a leaf from Machakos County and focus on economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe this is the only way we can ensure that our people remain confident in devolution as a truly effective instrument to promote lasting socio-economic development, equity, and national unity. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 10 years or so, we as a country have made commendable progress towards conquering disease, illiteracy, and hunger, which have been the main goals of our development agenda. However, we must accept that challenges still remain that require serious and bold actions by the national government, working, of course, with county governments. Poverty still remains a major problem, and as I said this morning, with more than 40% of our people living under just $1 US a day, this is equally of concern, as is the issue of inequity and the problem of unemployment, particularly amongst our youth. To meaningfully tackle these development challenges, we have no choice but to grow our economy by no less than 10% on average annually for a number of years. And to achieve this objective, we have to give a lead role to the private sector to complement government initiatives. This is why my government has committed itself to promote more investment by the private sector as a key driver of growth, job creation, and poverty reduction. We are well aware for the private sector to invest and therefore effectively play its role in promoting the development of our country, the business environment must be right. And it is for this reason that my government is taking a number of measures which are intended to create an enabling environment for investment and to reduce the cost of doing business. Let me highlight some of the measures that my government is taking to create an enabling environment. First, we are committed to pursuing prudent fiscal and monetary policy to ensure stability in the key macroeconomic prices, and that is the general price level, the shilling exchange rate, as well as interest rates. Second, we are investing heavily in our economic infrastructure, including investment in power generation and transmission, railway and road networks countrywide. For example, and again in answer to the area MP's request, my government will soon be tendering for the dualling of the Mombasa Highway from Athi River all the way to Konza and Machakos, so as to speed up transportation of goods and people between Nairobi and Machakos. In addition, we are at an advanced stage of beginning the construction of a standard gauge railway line from Mombasa to Nairobi and later to Malaba. We are also planning to expand the railway line for passengers all the way to Machakos. We are also taking measures to enhance clearing of cargo through Mombasa Port, as well as Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, in addition to expanding both these facilities. Third, we are taking bold measures to enhance security because we know this is the bedrock of sustained social economic development. We must assure our people, and indeed the business community, both domestic and foreign, that their lives and property are protected. We know very well, without security, hardly any investment will take place, and therefore our dream of a prosperous and equitable Kenya will remain mere rhetoric. To demonstrate our commitment to ensure security, just yesterday I launched the first batch of my government's plan to procure 1,200 National Police Service motor vehicles. I commend Governor Mutua also for his intention to purchase 100 vehicles to bolster those that the police will already have. Ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate that I am pleased to be here because what is happening here today strongly suggests the full promise of devolution and Vision 2030. Attracting investment and optimizing opportunities to improve the lives of our people is a priority of the national government and the county governments. And this, indeed, is the way to proceed. We must now change our politics to focus on the politics of development. Elections are over, and this is the time to work together, regardless of party affiliations, in order to change Kenya for the better. My government will work with all county governments, and to do this in the spirit of our 2010 Constitution. Kenyans want better services, food security, and employment. And this will only be achieved if all leaders work together. My government has made the delivery of better public service its core mandate. I wish to reiterate the pledge that I have previously made, that the days of corrupt and inefficient officers are numbered. This is something that should be carried down to the county level. The time for change in the manner we manage our public affairs has come to an end, and this process is not stoppable. We must and we will change. Ladies and gentlemen, as I announced this morning also, and I will repeat here, that it is my intention that by 1st of April, we will stop all cash payments for government services. There will be no more cash payments, and all payments will now be made on a digital platform so that we can account for our revenues all across, and therefore all agencies are expected to adhere by the 1st of April 2014. Change, we must change. In concluding my remarks, I want to say to you, the people of Machakos, and leave you with the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, and I quote, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." To you, Governor Mutua, count on my government's commitment towards supporting your initiatives to transform Machakos County. Again, towards that end, yesterday, again in our attempt to bring about greater efficiency in the delivery of services, we started and initiated our pilot Huduma Center in Nairobi County, a one-stop shop for most government services, and we intend to increase those. This is a program we intend to roll out to all counties, and I have instructed the minister concerned to ensure, in line with the program that the governor has set, and because we don't want people who want to invest in Machakos having to first go to Nairobi to collect their license for this and that the next one by January we must have one here in Machakos, so that all government services, all central government services, as well as county government services, can be obtained from one center, not making people move uko na uko na uko, wasting their time. The services should be rendered here on site. Na wanamaliziwa kazi yao, wanaenda kufanya kazi na biashara zao. So that will be done. And let me say, we don't need empty rhetoric anymore. From everything that I have seen, this project will not only transform Machakos, it helps us transform Kenya. It helps us transform Kenya. And I believe that everybody needs to wake up and smell the roses. We need to stop petty politics and look at the bigger picture. Yeah? Look at the bigger picture. As we stand, with very little done, the governor has told me over 5,000 young men and women from Machakos are already actively engaged as a result of the works that are going on here. These are young men and women who had nothing to do yesterday and now are gainfully employed and feel society is taking care of them. Why would you want to stop something like that? Why? Huh? Why would you want to stop something like that? Please, this is the time to move forward. This is the time to move forward, and we need to do so together in solidarity